Now, they've got around 40 million subscribers between them on YouTube. But in the last hour, the social media stars KSI and from the UK and American Logan Paul have gone toe-to-toe in a boxing ring. The fight, hugely anticipated and highly controversial, has been won by KSI in a split decision. But is it sport or entertainment? And what's driven that? Let's talk to Chris Stokell-Walker. He's a tech journalist and author of the book YouTubers, and he's been covering the fight in Los Angeles. Chris, I've been following your live page and your tweets extensively, rather entertaining. This was put by at least those writing on the BBC's live page as the biggest event in YouTube history, in fact, possibly internet history. Did it meet your expectations?
It did, actually, and what's quite funny is that expectations were played down in the run-up to the fight. The promoters behind this were saying we aren't going to sell out the Staples Center, which is a 17,000-seat arena here in downtown Los Angeles. In the end, they pretty much did, and then the early bouts in the boxing matches were relatively mundane, but by the time of the main event, we kind of saw a fever pitch within the audience. So I think people are probably going home pretty happy tonight.
Everyone except possibly those who are calling for a rematch, including one of our boxing pundits, Steve Bunce, who says there has to be a rematch because that was the ruling, that was the point deducted that cost Logan Paul the fight. Talk us through what happened there.
Well, basically, Logan Paul managed to get KSI on the run. He ended up getting KSI down onto the canvas, and then he ended up punching him while he was down on the ground, which was definitely a no-no. So there was that element of taking away the points, and it does kind of leave open the opportunity that there may be a rematch further down the line. Of course, this itself was a rematch from the event last year at Manchester Arena, which also sold out, another stadium.
Well, let's talk about that, because when they met the previous time in Manchester, they met as amateur boxers, and now they've met as professional boxers. How's that transition come about? And does it say something about the power of the YouTube platform?
Yeah, it does, actually. What is really interesting is that a lot of people seem to be focusing on what YouTube gets out of this and what the two YouTubers do. But to my mind, what actually is the most important bit of tonight that's just happened is boxing has been brought to a new audience. So boxing, for instance, 45% of the audience for YouTube boxing, so any content from professional boxing hosted on YouTube, is over the age of 35. Now, KSI, who is obviously the person who won the bout tonight, most of his audience, about 75% of it, are between the ages of 13 and 24. So what we have is we actually have this kind of melding of demographics, and this opportunity for boxing to be brought to a whole new